This is two phone conversations. I'll interrupt once, just to provide context. The second call is mostly with my nephew. It may seem agonizingly long, since children don't always focus well. It's all included as a real-world example to those who are considering reproducing. Here's a hint. Raising offspring safely, both physically and psychologically, into self-confidence maturity, you'd want experts for that, right? I would say at least 2 experts who are biologically and or legally related to the child. More than 2 would be better if you can find family members who don't have other priorities.
Hey, Daddy-o. How you doing? Good. Hey, listen, I don't want you guys worried about me. I'm working on some important stuff. I also need to talk to my sister, her son, and my son tonight. Yeah, I got enough food if I need it. I might get in after you go to bed. Not much later since I got to work tomorrow, but I'll wait until you see how I apologize to your wife for leaving those dishes in the sink last night. You, oh, good. Okay, you got any questions? Oh, well, I hope to make it a surprise. All right. Well, that's all right. You got any questions?
Well, I hope to make it a surprise. What was that about? It was my screw up in attempting to surprise my father's wife. She was listening in on that conversation. That's perfectly normal in that household. The previous night I was crazy tired, having worked hard, then had a bigger than usual meal, which is a mistake, late. When I get tired, I don't think straight, so I left a bunch of dishes in the sink. I think in that moment I was also assuming I'd wash them 6 or 7 hours later. I'd also forgotten that my stepmom is compelled to clean everything she sees. It's not a bad thing, it's just a habit. My other assumption and related implications I'll briefly relate here in her lessons, hopefully. When I'm on the phone with somebody, unless they tell me otherwise, I assume that's a private conversation. In my world, this is more than just polite. First of all, I worked around intelligence people when I was enlisted in the Navy, so I had to take to heart special classes that I attended about communication security. Also, the kinds of people I've been around at various times, as a cab driver, a business person, a felon, a person willing to learn from, therefore communicate with nearly anybody, has put me in positions to know a lot of other people's secrets. I know really interesting stuff about other people's lives, maybe short story worthy, a few of whom are dead, but I would still never tell anybody. To me, that's ethical. You're probably familiar with privacy, right? You can also probably understand there's nothing to gain from telling other people's ugly secrets about dead people except pain to their friends and relatives. That's how I operate. Of course, once I started texting, messaging, whatever, with friends and family, the same rules applied for the same reasons. I was in a brief intimate relationship with a woman, back when, who lived by a different standard. Probably her experiences were a lot different from me. She wasn't a felon, for one thing. So when she got upset about something, I don't remember what, that I was saying to my sister, she demanded that I give her access to my cell phone so she could read all the texts between my sister and I. Of course, that's alarm bells in my gourd, but I made one more really dumb assumption regarding another aspect of that woman's ethics and how they differed from mine. My point here isn't to judge other people's personal religion, philosophy, worldview, whatever. If you're curious to assess, or try to assess, which rungs I specifically swing from on that multi-dimensional set of monkey bars, that's easy enough to find on my website. That's not the point. These days, I only judge people on the differences between what they say and advocate and what they do and how they live. That's fair, right? By the way, I'll be doing that sort of assessment in the near future. People who at least try to live their own ethical standards have nothing to worry about, right? I incorrectly assumed that this demanding person was only interested in my sister and I and what we were texting about. So I read through those texts, realized essentially nothing there should embarrass anybody. I wasn't embarrassed about what I'd say in a private conversation, and that should be the context, so I gave in to the woman's demands. I hadn't realized that this woman would also think it was okay to read message streams between me and anybody, or who knows, everybody else that was stored on that phone. In other words, I allowed an unethical busybody, from my point of view, access to a lot of other people's secrets. Subsequent conversations prove that she read at least some of that. To this day, I don't know how much. My mistake. And now, on with the show.
Yeah, well, that's possible. Depends on how much can get done if I get tired. But it could be after you go to bed, but not much later. All right, love you. I said I got enough food if I need it. All right, bye, Dad. Hey, put Joel on. I'm doing good. Don't waste my time. Put Joel on. That's all the conversation we need right now, okay? Hey, Joel, how you doing, buddy? Good, good. Hey, listen, in case your mom forgot to tell you what I asked her to do, this is a friendly conversation, okay? You understand what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you. Do you believe me? Okay, we're going to talk about some serious stuff. Now, let's start with this because I'm honest to kids. We live in scary times with all this COVID stuff going on. You get that, right? All right. Now listen, you and your mom are coming to Boise, and the three of us are going to live together. You know that too, right? Good, good. I'm glad for it too. Because a lot of people in your family, maybe they act a little weird or they don't treat you respectfully or maybe they just ignore you. But when you get here, you're going to have a full-time uncle. Do you understand that? I'm sorry, say that again. Yes, I was going to tell you, even when I have important work, well, sometimes I'll have important work to do, and so I have to, I'll have to do that. But I'm even going to find ways for you to help me with my work. Do you- Well, I'm not going to be doing a little washing car. Well, yeah, definitely. You can help me wash my car. Great. But here's this should be exciting. I'm going to be writing children's books to teach people how to be decent to each other and the planet. I need an illustrator. Do you know what that word means? Okay, an illustrator. I need somebody who's going to draw pictures, not real perfect pictures, but the best that a boy your age could do. If you practiced up, you could have that job. What do you think? What do you think? What I'm telling you is you could have that job if you practiced drawing. Is that it? Okay, well, we'll work on stuff. You practice what you can do real well and try some new things, all right? And if the books that we make together can make a profit, you'll get some of it too. That's fair, right? All right, cool. All right. Now, remind me, what grade are you in? Because I want to be able to talk exactly at your level, all right? Oh, you're going into fifth. Oh, well, this will be easy. All right. Now, are you ready to write down notes like your mom said? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm good just to make sure that everybody understands each other. I'm gonna give you some phrases and some words, and I'm gonna spell out the important words so you can look them up in the dictionary quick. All right, does that make sense? All right, now here's the first phrase. I want you to write down actions have consequences, and I'll spell out consequences and you're ready. Do you need help? Do you need help with actions? Okay, write down okay. As long as actions, as long as you know what you wrote, that's not the important thing right now. Consequences is the important word. You're gonna underline that and look it up. You ready to spell it? Ready for me to spell it? Yeah, yeah, you understand consequences. All right. I want to spell it out for you so you can look it up because there's more about it on the dictionary probably than you know about it yet. You ready? C. Get ready to spell. Get ready to spell. CON. You are you keeping up? What do you have? What do you have written down so far? CONSEQUEN. You ready? CSEQUEN. UENCES. Okay. Now you can look that up. Now you can look that up. Okay, I got some more to tell you. This is kind of like a lesson. Oh, well, all right. We'll wait for you to sharpen your pencil or whatever. Okay. Well, you let me know when you're ready. I'm going to tell you something in a minute if while you're waiting, okay? Okay. You don't have to write yet. I want you to listen. All right? Now, what that means, actions have consequences. That's whether you do something good or do something bad, right? Yes, it's okay. Yeah, you're smarter than I was thinking. I just want to make sure you understand. All right. Now, here's an example. If you do something wrong, like maybe if you're driving bad and a police officer's notices, what's going to happen? Right, they're going to pull you over. Now, as long as well, right, the police officer's just doing his job, right? His job is to keep stupid or, well, mostly stupid people from hurting themselves or other people, right? Yeah, so if he pulls you over to save people from getting hurt, you don't even have to be emotionally involved, right? He's just doing his job. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, here's the point, as long as you're doing the right things, you don't have to be afraid of the cops, right? Well, sometimes they're drunk, sometimes they're just not paying attention. You can be as, yeah, well, we'll get into that. Now, listen, if you were a black boy and living in America, you might have to be afraid because, police some places are dangerous to black people. You get that, right? Well, I don't know, but we're going to talk about why they're killing black people. But here, listen, you're going to a state where the cops are not like that. All right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, they don't kill black people, and besides, you're not black, are you? So that's even less to worry about. It ain't fair to black people, but right now we're going to try to fix that. Now, also, well, we don't want to talk about politics right now. All right. So, so here, just remember this, that I'll be around to protect you from mean people just like your mom, right? No matter who they are. I promise you. Do you believe me? Okay, good. Now let's get on with the lesson. If you wanted to do something that might hurt somebody and a cop catches you, you don't get mad, right? Well, sometimes you should fight back. Sometimes it's better to run. It's a matter of what's the safest thing to do. But listen, Another thing you want to know about cops is they have a built-in lie detector. Did you know that? Yeah, they have to deal with a lot of people, so they know when somebody's lying to them. You get that, right? Okay, that's good to know, but I want you to pay attention to what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, this is all important. If you try to tell a lie to a cop and you really did something wrong, that's kind of insulting because he knows you're lying, right? Okay, I want you to write down insult, INSULT, and then you're going to look that up. You ready for me to spell it again? Yeah, insult. Yeah, that's the word you're going to look up. All right. Well, you better tell your mom to get a dictionary. Ask her how she's raising a child without a dictionary in the house. You can look it up on her. You can look it up on her. You can look it up on her phone too. Well, I don't believe everything on the internet either, but right now we need to get back to this lesson so we can get it over with, okay? And then you can go to bed. All right. Now, you understand if you insult somebody like a cop, you're disrespecting them, right? Now, I want you to write down disrespect because you're going to look that up and you're going to look up respect, which is also part of the word. Are you ready for me to spell it? All right. You got DISRES, DISRES, yep, PECT. Yes, D DISRES PECT. PECT. Does it read like disrespect? Okay, good. Now underline just, yes, when you're being, that's exactly right. Now here, listen to me, all right? I want you to underline respect because that's the opposite word of disrespect. I want you to look up both words, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, here's the last part of my lesson. Are you ready? This is where we put all of this together, okay? This will make sense. All right? All right. Now, you remember I have a built-in lie detector that's even better than a lot of police officers. You get that, right? And I've already told you why it's important to be a better person and why it's not good to disrespect people, right? All right, now let me ask you a question because I respect you and you respect me, and this is a fair question. Are you ready? Okay, your mom, are you ready? Your mom, who's my sister, tells me you've been disrespecting her. Is that true? Okay, good. See, you admitted your mistake. That's the first step in being a better person. Now, let me tell you a couple of things. Well, you already understand now that it's wrong to disrespect your mom, right? Okay, well, I know that, but I'm going to give you two good reasons why you need to drop that habit. Okay? Are you ready? I want you to think about this. Your mom is going through a lot of really important stuff right now. You understand that, right? She's getting ready to move. She does not need you to disrespect her. Do you understand that? That's just making it complicated, not just because she's being disrespected, but she's worried about what kind of a kid you're going to be. And her first job is to make you a better person, right? Okay, think about that. Now, also think about this. You're coming to live with me, right? And she's my sister. I'm going to protect her just like I'm going to protect you, right? So if I hear that you're disrespecting her while you're living with me, I'm going to do whatever I can, but fair, to protect her. So you better get out of that. Did you understand what I just told you? If you're disrespecting her while you're living with me, I have to protect her. So get out of the habit. Do we understand each other? All right. You under you get that I love you too, right? That's why I want you to be a better person, right? I'm sorry? Yeah, I'm going to protect you. You could write down protect if you want to look that up. It's spelled Protect. You want me to you want me to spell it again? P R okay. Protect. He can get it. Hey, honey, he can get it. All right, let me do this. No worries. That's all right. We're all learning here. All right. How much of the words you got? Do you have Protect? Yeah, yes, it ends with CT. Okay. Okay, good. This has been a lovely conversation, don't you think? Okay, I love you. Good night. I got stuff to do. All right. Bye. I love you too, buddy.